What's the word, Harrisburg? I'm your host, Gina Johnson Roberson, and today we have an amazing guest, Tone Cook. He's an entrepreneur. He is a activist in the city of Harrisburg and beyond, and we are welcoming him to the show. How you doing?
Yes, I'm fine, and thank you. I appreciate it.
So, we know that for those who don't know, Tone Cook, I actually know Tone's father, Tony Cook. So,
Yeah.
Tony and Tone, okay? But tell us a little bit about you, your organization, and how this all began.
All right, well, first of all, again, thanks for having me here. Born and raised Harrisburg, mother Tony Cook, father Tony Cook, mother Tracy Reed. Things in my past wasn't always like up. I come from a lot of downs and out. So I started an organization called Push Harrisburg, Michael's Memory Push, in honor of my brother who passed away in Hall Manor due to a gunshot wound to his face. So and he ended up passing away in 1997. So, and not only because of that, but I was doing a whole lot in our community. And I'm not talking about
Yeah,
positive.
just a whole lot meaning what?
Yeah, I'm not talking about positive. So I was doing I was even involved in selling drugs. I was involved in shootings. I was involved in all the no's that's going on today in our community.
Okay.
So, and I have a lot of following because people know where I came from and where I'm trying to head to and where I am headed to. So I try to bring the people up with me and give back to my community rather than take, because even like I said, being in jail, incarcerated for years and years and years, and speaking to some elderly people who murder charges, they're convicted for murder. Some people convicted for robbery, burglaries, drug dealing. And speaking to them over the years, it's always those same ones who were supposedly, the real ones in our communities. They wish that they can get back and take it all back and give to our community. So if I had the opportunity to get out here and like, you know what? That all makes sense, because I ain't trying to keep taking from my people and hurting my people, because I was one of those children that was hurting, so I made the decision to give back. And what really gave me that extra push was losing my brother. So that's what really ultimately gave me the decision to do what's best for our community and our people.
So explain to the audience what PUSH is. Does PUSH stand for something?
Yes, definitely. See, PUSH, I don't know if you can zoom in or not, but PUSH, this is the old when I first started it. It was P-Funk. Because as we all know, in Harrisburg, the inner city of Harrisburg is, it's certain names, and it used to be separated. P-Funk, Cameron Street Projects, Uptown, Southside, and the Hill. So the P was for P-Funk, Uptown, Southside, and the Hill, and I got the man pushing it together. So instead of being separated, we need to be together and push each other together, push each other to do positive, push our youth, and push not only youth, push adults, because as we know, it's a lot of like say if you want to have a drink after work. Okay. I want to go out, I want to go to a bar, I want to have a drink. I work hard, I take care of my children, I give back to my community. But a lot of adults who say they're adults and grown people, they would get out here and then it'll be next thing you know, you're having a good time. It's a shooting because somebody stepped on your shoe. No, so we're not only pushing the youth, we're pushing the adults as well to do something positive, because a person should have the right to go out and enjoy themselves after a long day of work.
That is correct.
That's what it is. But that P-Funk, Uptown, Southside, Hill, that's what brings us together. But I no longer use that P-Funk, Uptown, Southside, Hill to push us together, because it's bigger than that.
Okay.
It's bigger than that. So now the meaning is peace, unity, strength, and hope. So if we push that amongst one another, we can't go wrong.
Oh, so PUSH has grown. It's evolving into something else. Oh, that's nice. I must still be from the old school, because I knew it was P-Funk, Uptown, the mighty South Side, and the Hill. So I like both of them now. Okay. Yeah. So peace, unity, strength and hope. Yeah. Okay, that's nice. So with that being said, what has PUSH done in the community and for the community?
I can name quite a few things. It's a lot, but I can name quite a few. Not only are we out here, like I said, about the bars and things and stuff like that, but we get to the nitty gritty. And I mean the nitty gritty. And actually, Mr. Johnson is a relative of yours, right?
Are we talking about Aaron?
Aaron.
Yes. That's
Relative
my
of
brother.
yours. See, Aaron donated before because we do city cleanups as well.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
we do city cleanups, not only the city of Harrisburg cleaning up the communities, but we also go to High Spire and Stilton as well. So that's one of the things that we do. I get people together, all volunteer work. But whatever donations we get as far as, supplies of food and things like that, I make sure afterwards I send it all home to them. We don't keep nothing. So, it's not a form of pay for them, but it's like, why hold on to it? We can give it away
Yeah, I
because these
appreciate
people
what
are
you
coming
did.
out volunteering.
Yeah.
So we do city cleanups. I mean, the whole city. We do Stilton cleanups, and we're trying to expand more with more volunteers. Not only that, Father's Day cookout. We just had a very, very successful Father's Day cookout, Juneteenth celebration with Patrice Robinson and myself.
Now, not to cut you off,
Mm-hmm.
but I remember Father's Day from your father having those
Yep.
Father's Day cook. Yes, and
Yeah.
you come from good stock because
Yeah.
he would give back to the community as well. So, but
That's
his
right.
his Father Day cookouts were legendary.
I know. That's why I see. Now I'm glad that you said that and cut me off because I always like to give a big thanks to my father. Not only my father, my grandmother, because and also Leon Houston, because when my dad was doing the Father's Day cookouts, my father was doing the Father's Day cookouts also in honor because of my brother. He wasn't there how he wanted to be there,
Yeah.
and it still breaks him when my brother passed. And that's ever since then. That's when he started throwing the Father's Day cookouts to bring,
I didn't know that.
to
Okay.
bring people together. So, and nowadays, it has stopped for a while. The things took place out of South sinkholes and stuff like that, but I decided to pick up the torch and I decided to make it bigger and make it stronger and try to bring more and more people together and not let my brother or my father's legacy die. So that's another thing we do is Father's Day cookouts on top of, let me see. We just now recently within the last month and a half, we took a group of kids out to it's a stadium adventure stadium in Hershey. Took them out, laser tag, sat down and talked to them, and I had them write essays about how does gun violence affect you in the community that you live in. And I had them talking. One of the children went so much into detail, and I'm stuck. I'm looking like, wow, because if we only knew what really goes on in the mind of the children, we was take a step back and then start doing things a little bit different. But we do things like that. It's so much. It can go on and on.
So I was going to ask you with your outings and things like that, what kind of feedback are you getting from the community, or what are you giving to the children, the adults? What type of activities do you have? Because we know food draws people, okay?
Sure.
But
Yes,
after
it
you
does.
get them there, what do you do with them once they're
Right.
there?
So once we get them there, like I said, it's with me. I never want to do nothing just to do it. I want to give like some type of reason why we're doing it and showing like a how you say it, like statistics. I want to show them the reason why we have to do it, the reason why we're going to keep doing it, and what happens if we don't do it. Because statistically, if we're not communicating as a people and bringing each other together, then it's going to be division.
Correct.
And what comes with division is now it's time to show who's going to run what territorial. So if we bring them all together, then everybody is there. But what I do is we have bouncy houses out for the kids. Not only that, like I said, when it comes to playing, you also got to learn something. It's just not going to be play with no education. So I talk to them. We let them know why we need to stop the violence. We do balloon releases for those who lost somebody, lost loved ones. Not necessarily due to gun violence. It could be COVID. It could be natural causes, anything. So we educate them as well. We bring out food, bounty houses, icy machines, whatever you name it, face painting. We bring it out.
So
And
it's
we
almost like
educate
a
as well.
community fair like thing.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. But not only, it started in just the Father's Day started in out the South Side. My father, like we spoke about, but I took it further. I did. I don't just do South Side. I did Uptown, Reservoir Park. I didn't make it to Sunshine Park yet, but I plan on going to Sunshine Park to every parts of the city, and I do a lot of stop the violence. Michael's Memory Push, and everybody that and it's all volunteer work, volunteers. So voluntary. So it's a beautiful thing that people are really coming out because people. It's not only me. It's not only you. We all see the same thing. Like, wow, this is what we need, and people are coming out to help.
So who are some of your biggest sponsors?
Pastor James Lyles.
Okay.
Again, Aaron Johnson, Duke Burnett.
Okay. So other nonprofits come together with you
Yes.
to make it a big, successful event.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Yes, they do. And I have to shout out Andre McCamey and Andre Johnson. Andre Johnson works for the Boys Club.
Okay.
It's Harrisburg Boys and Girls Club in Hall Manor.
Okay.
They're always in support, as well as Lima Harrisburg chapter, the motorcycle club. They're
Okay.
always in support. So yeah, it's a lot of people that come out because they see the effect and they see where I'm going with it. Like I believe that if your intentions is right, people feel it. They sense it when they like people could say certain things, but when they get around and they communicate, because people probably say things about me. Like, oh no, he's too, because my heart is big into what I'm doing and what I see for our people and what I know by being through certain things. I know what we need. My heart's big, so when they meet me and talk to me, it's a whole different vibe they get. So I got a lot of people that help me, and I appreciate them.
So are you facing any challenges right now to get any of your things off the ground?
Yes, I think every day is gonna be another challenge. So it's nothing new. But yeah, I face challenges every day. And like I said, I have a child about to be born. So it's like I have a child about to be born. So it's kind of like, man, I want to do this. I want to do that. But now I have to take like a little time, step back, although I'm not stepping back.
Yeah.
Because like you said,
You're slowing down.
I'm slowing down. Well, actually, not even slowing down, because I don't even see no slowdown. That's push. We got to keep pushing. So, but I am going to have words though I can take care of my responsibilities. And like we spoke about other organizations, they're going to be able to step in from me, just like people that's with me. They're going to be able to step up when I have to step down a little bit for my people.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So how about so you're a nonprofit?
Yes, nonprofit organization.
Okay. So now I'm not sure if you're aware, but the city gives funds to it's our CDBG fund program.
Yes.
Grants that the federal government gives to cities, and you guys qualify for that. So have you ever applied for?
No, I don't. No, I didn't. But I look forward to applying this time, because all the help we can get.
Yeah, because the mayor, as you met over in Hall Manor,
Yeah.
she's looking for new organizations to give money to. She's, not that she doesn't want to give money to the
I
same
know.
people, but she doesn't want to give money to the same people.
Yeah.
If new people don't come and apply, the same people continue to get it.
Yeah.
So I'll connect you to our Denise Hill. She's our deputy. Excuse me. She's going to kill me. She's our director of Building and Housing Development, which is in charge of the CDBG funds.
Yes.
So I'll connect you with her. So next year, because I believe the funds have already been distributed, but next year you can apply for them.
All right, I appreciate that. We're going to need it.
Okay, so now, how about when the mayor did come out to Hall Manor, how did you like that?
I think it was great. I was looking forward to it. Because I know I could have came and spoke with the mayor, Miss Mayor Wanda Williams. I could have came and spoke with her on Friday. She has an open door policy.
That is correct.
So I could have came and spoke with her. But I said, you know what? Timing is everything. When the time is right, it's going to happen. There's no doubt about it, because I believe in God and I believe in the higher power. When it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And just so, it happened. And then she came to Hall Manor with you, willing. So we had I believe that it went very well.
Okay, good.
Very well. And I learned something new. Like you said, you can hear certain things about a person, but you would never really get the full, feeling of and the vibe until you meet that person, you communicate with that person. So by me communicating with her, I got a whole different respect for her.
Oh,
a whole
great.
different respect. And, when we spoke, I don't know if you want to talk about what we spoke about
You
as
can,
far as
yeah.
like, all right, and we brought about the speeding that goes on in Hall Manor coming around these bends. And, right after we spoke about it, me and you and Miss Mary Wanda Williams and yourself, Miss Gina, when we spoke about the signs for slow down children at play, y'all automatically said, what? Yeah, we're going to put that out here. We need to get that out here. And y'all, directed Mr. Mans, the Harrisburg Housing Authority, to do so. So we appreciate that. That was major. And for me, when I brought it up one time, and it didn't take for nothing, not even like 5 seconds to go by, and y'all both said, "Yup, we're gonna do that," because it makes sense. We got kids out here, we have youth out here running around, and it shouldn't be whereas though these people flying through here and people are getting hurt, and then a day later, a situation arises, the same situation we just agreed upon and talked upon. A girl gets hit coming from behind an ice cream truck.
Yeah.
So I appreciated my encounter with y'all and with Miss Marijuana Williams. It was definitely appreciated, and it's definitely beneficial.
Well, she appreciates comments and feedback from the community because she is a community person. Yes. Her whole entire career as a servant for the entire city of Harrisburg. She started out with the school district, then city council, now she's mayor. There's nothing that she does not know about Harrisburg, but she wants to get to know the community better and the residents in the community better.
That's right.
So when she was asked to come out there to speak to the residents, she said, "I'm there. What time?" And she came, showed up, ready to talk. She didn't back down from any questions that they asked. And, you know, if it was our responsibility, she wrote it down. And if it was Harrisburg Housing Authority's responsibility, she said, "You need to talk to this man right here."
Make sure you write it down.
Yeah. So I thought it was a good experience as well. I didn't know how the residents felt because I stepped out a couple minutes, though.
It was good. It was good for the residents. I could speak for the residents.
Yeah.
It was good because I spoke to all of them. It was good. You know, everybody's not 100% of people are never going to be satisfied.
Correct.
Even if you're telling them, you're giving them everything that they asked for, they're not going to be satisfied because it's going to come when you walk away. It's going to be something else. Well, why didn't they give us this? That ain't what you asked for. So everybody's not going to be satisfied, but 98% of the people are satisfied. Now all we're doing is just waiting for the signs to be placed up by Harrisburg Housing Authority, and I'm going to speak to them about that. But another thing about Miss Marijuana Williams, when she was campaigning, that's why I told her, like, she didn't even know that I was rooting for Miss Williams for judge. Miss Williams, not Natasha Williams for judge, but at the same time, I was making sure that Miss Marijuana Williams, people were voting for Miss Marijuana Williams as well.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So you have a connection with the community that you use your influence.
Yes.
And when you use your influence, you can get them to do most anything that you ask?
Probably, pretty much.
So you have this volunteer base. I think you told me something about when for the elderly, you do things for the elderly.
Yes. Elderly, see, that's with the elderly and the youth, it's like a soft spot for me.
Okay.
The elderly and the youth, because I was raised, you know, even though I wasn't raised the best, like, you know, elderly and the youth, that's really, the elderly is really what molded us.
Yeah.
You know, that's what molded me. But when it came, like in 2000 and, let's say about 2 years ago, a year ago, it was supposed to expect a big snowstorm. And it was actually a big snowstorm coming through here. But I have cleanups I organize, but not only cleanups, we organize snow removals and things like that. And for the elderly and handicapped, I had people set up in Stilton, Highspire, Oberlin, and Harrisburg areas. So if they reach out, if they need it, like the snow to be removed from their property or from their vehicles, it would just be a phone call away. So if somebody called me, like for instance, it was a woman in Stilton on Front Street. She contacted me, and also, you know, big thanks to Juliana, Miss Juliana from Stilton Highspire United. So big thanks to her. They contacted me. I contacted her, and we reached out to some people, and they got the stuff done. So we do stuff like that for the elderly. Not only that, but if you see it's just common stuff. If you see an elderly person, woman, man, help them out. If they got garbage in their lawn or they're taking their groceries, help them out. That's what we're supposed to do, and that's what we try to do.
Okay. Push.
Keep pushing.
So now, what's the next step for a push? What do you have lined up?
It's really not everyday life. That's what's lined up in front of me. Because like as far as playing what I have planned, right now nothing, because like I said, I have a child on the way, expected to be he's due on the 3rd of September. But he's expected.
You having a son?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little boy, 8 in the morning.
All right.
Yeah. He's expected to be due on the 3rd, but You know, he could come a week before, a week after. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty much right now wrapped up on that, trying to make sure everything is right from a child. But at the same time, we're not stopping because every day is something going on. So every day I'm going to make sure that we attack the issue because we want to attack the issue before it becomes out of hand. So
Yeah.
we try to be, like I said before, proactive and not reactive. We want to be on the top of a situation before it turns into a situation. So that's pretty much what we got going on. And that's every day. It's not planned. So, yeah.
So, you guys just step up to the bat, to
That's
the
right.
plate, and swing.
Yeah, we take off fire. If it's fire that comes our way, you know, people get mad, frustrated. We don't really pay it no mind because at the end of the day, we rather save a life. If I'd rather save a life. If you're going to be mad at me for trying to save somebody's life and trying to help somebody and calling everybody to something good, then you just be my guest. You're going to continue to be mad.
Go ahead and be mad.
Keep being mad because I'm going to keep pushing.
Well, that's right. I am really. This is actually a pleasant conversation because I know you, but I don't know
Yeah.
you. You know what I mean? You related to people, but you really don't know them.
Yeah.
So this was a very good conversation to get to know what Push is all
Yeah,
about.
I
I was just, like I
appreciate
said, I was for the S in the Push, South Side,
Yeah.
you know. And the funny thing about us when we grew up, the mayor's from uptown,
Yes.
and I'm from South Side. So whenever we see someone from uptown, she'll say, "She's from uptown, Gina." I go, "Okay."
Yeah.
She's from the South
South,
Side.
yeah.
But what we do when we grow up, we remember where we're from.
That's right.
And it's like we had a pride that we were from South Side. She's proud that she's from uptown.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking you're trying to bring that back and be proud that you're from the city of Harrisburg.
That's right. It ain't just like I said, I'm very proud to be from the South Side, like all day, Mataha all day. But
Mataha.
it's bigger than that because when I was growing up, see, y'all times were different than ours.
Correct.
Like, see, y'all times, like, even when you had a disagreement, y'all's were more fight, and then you just leave it alone. Dance, fight, break down, whatever you're going to do. But see, my generation was fighting and shooting.
Yeah.
And this is the problem. See, nowadays it's more shooting, but my generation before was fighting and shooting. And I'm known that, and this is the reason why I believe that, a part of the reason why I have a big following, because people know my past, they know my history. So I was one of the ones that was involved in the fighting, and I was one of the ones involved in the shootings. But now, not only just the S and Push, I'm Push and Push. I'm that man right there pushing every part of the city together. So it's not just about Southside. Yeah, Southside's in my heart and it never leave me, but Harrisburg is really in my heart and it never leave me. I got kids, I got family, I got nieces and nephews that live in every part of this city. So what do I look like coming out here at the end of the day like, oh no, it's just the South? Well, what happens to my family that's living right up the street? It's Harrisburg. Push
Yeah.
Harrisburg.
Yep. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, I think this kind of wraps things up.
No, I appreciate you.
So thank you for your time. Is there any kind of way that anybody can get in touch with you? How can we get in touch with you before we go off the air?
Social media. Tone Cook, Facebook, Instagram, Push Harrisburg. It's right
And there you have it. That's the word for the day, Harrisburg, and you continue having a super fantastic day. Mataha.